think I'm live. I think I am. Oh God, what tears. Right, let me turn this dish tank off because it's so loud. Oh. That's better. I can hear myself think now. My fish tank is so loud. The pump, it's just like, it's like sitting next to a pond. Yeah, I'm going to come on screen in a minute and sit down and chat. I hope everyone's okay and you've had a good day. I've had a busy day. My son popped over and yeah, got me RJ bro, Steve-O bro, big love to you both, always big love and respect. Respecter. But yeah, my son come over today and he got me cleaning out the fish tank and yeah, it's just it's a mission, the pump and everything. But yeah, have you had a good day? Have you both had a good day? I hope you have. Always big love and respect to you both. Yeah, I'm going to come on screen and sit down. Start cam, step back. Right, I don't want to put myself too front into the camera. But yeah, I know I'm still, I need to get lighting, like more lighting in here. But yeah, this fish tank is an absolute mish, honest to God, mission. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hi Richard. Hi David's Calf. How are you? Big love and respect to you all. Yeah, just quickly before I start, let's start. Like, obviously, I'm a bit, you know, about my journey and addiction. Yeah, my son popped over today, and we cleaned. Well, I don't know whether you can see it. It's not very clear on there, but yeah, he went to a fun fair about 5 years ago, and I pleaded with him, please don't come home with a fish. Whatever you do, don't come home with a goldfish. And a couple of days went past and he kept sort of like shooing me out of his room, like I weren't allowed in there. And yeah, he'd like had these goldfish in like a bowl sort of thing. And yeah, so I had to go out and buy a little tank and fish food like you do, sort of thing. But yeah, the one in here, he's just massive. Like, he's 5 years on, and he's like, they say they grow to the tank. I don't know, like to the sort of size of a tank, but I don't know if that's true, sort of thing. Does anybody know? But yeah, so then he went out and brought me 4 more fish, and he came home with this big tank, and I was like, what am I going to do? You know, it's just a nightmare to clean out, but never mind, keeps me going. But yeah, I hope you're all okay. Big love to you all in the chat. Like, my live tonight is a bit different, but I've had this sort of like set up in my StreamYard for, well, 7 weeks, but it's just been getting around to doing it. But yeah, addiction. I mean, addiction to me comes in so many like ways. I was addicted to painkillers. I'm not ashamed to sit here and admit it. They say the first step to your recovery is owning it and admitting it, that you know that you're not very well with it and you need you need to go and get help. But roughly about 10 years ago, I hurt my back, and I went to the doctors, and like the doctor gave me a prescription for Cocodamol, which was mixed with paracetamol. But I started to take them like just normal, like how I was meant to. I think 8 a day I was meant to have. But yeah, I sort of, how can I explain it? It's like I felt more relaxed on them. So it was like helping me with the pain to begin with. But yeah, I felt like, I think it's the feeling, it's like a feeling that you get on them. It was just like numbing, relaxing, and I just sort of quite, I couldn't put it, I'm just gonna be, you know, I liked the sort of buzz that they were giving me in my brain. Researching it afterwards, after my recovery. I'm still in recovery. 3 years this year. But yeah, so I was on Cocodamol for a while, and then like I didn't really, what I wanted was just the codeine. I didn't want the paracetamol, because like I felt like the paracetamol wasn't helping me, but the codeine was. But yeah, so I went back to my doctor, and I sort of said, you know, the paracetamol was making me feel a bit dodgy, a bit sick. Could I just have like prescribed just the codeine on its own? And my doctor done that. So I was coming back with 100 codeine, 30 milligrams, and I was sort of gradually, as months, because how long was I on them for? About 4. I was on them for about 4, 5 years all in all, but I hadn't, like, I was being prescribed different medication. So yeah, so I was taking like a little bit more as the days were going on. So my speaking to others as well that have, I don't know if any of you have been through addiction. You know, I know there's different addictions into, you know, luckily for me, it was pain relief and nothing, you know, higher, like other drugs that is out there. But, you know, I can relate to addiction and, you know, understand that it is an illness in your mind, and, you know, it's breaking that and starting your recovery. So yeah, so I was taking more of the codeine, but as time was going on, I just didn't feel like that the like the strength and what I was taking, because I was taking more, just wasn't like giving me the same sort of effect that I was getting when I first sort of took them. But yeah, I went back to my doctor, sat with him and said, you know, I don't feel like these are helping me with the pain. Can I have something that is a bit stronger? And he put me on dydrocodeine. And this is like coming out of, like, in my recovery, I've researched so much on this drug, it's unbelievable. I think people in America have, and UK have actually died from it, OD'd from it. And that's what happened to me on these. I was, so the dydrocodeine, 30 milligrams, they're so much stronger. It was getting to the point in my life where I was waking up taking, it went from like 8 a day, so it went from like 2 in the morning, and then, you know, you give you 4 hours and whatever, but I was taking 3 and then 3, and then as the weeks went on I was taking 4 because I just wanted that sort of same. I felt I was functioning more on them than what I would do without them. The first thing I would do, get up in the morning, and that would be like my breakfast. That would be what I would just take. You know, I'm not ashamed to sit here and admit it, because people go through addiction, and, you know, like I said, there's all levels of it, and it's nice to relate to others that have been through it. It doesn't make me any different from anybody else out there, or anybody else that is going through addiction or have been through addiction. You're not, you know, to admit it and to come into recovery, you know, that's the best thing I've ever done. One of the best things I've ever done in my life, because I've changed my life. When my videos going back, I was explaining about transformation and obviously my healing. So from what I've been through in my past as well, like obviously before I was on the medicine, I was like not coping very well with what I'd been through, you know, even though it was a couple of like few years on, you know, there's still things in your mind that you just don't like deal with, you know, in trauma and stuff like that. So yeah, I was taking the tablets more, and it was getting to the point where I was running out, and I was going to my doctor and saying, you know, like little things like I've lost them, I've misplaced them, just to get another prescription, because obviously I wasn't sticking to like the limit that you was meant to take on a daily basis. My ex then, he had an injury at work, and he was put on pain relief as well, and I was sort of like, this is really bad, but I was badgering him to sort of go, you know, ask for digoxin, they're really good. And he was giving them as well, and it was like I was like running out of mine, and sort of like having some of his. So my intake now is getting, like, I know they say that your tolerance adjusts to it. Yeah, I think it does, but you know, I was still putting that a lot of amount into my system, and you know, it got to the point where I was feeling like tired all the time, like poorly, and I knew that, like, how can I put it? I knew that the drug was controlling me, but in my head, I was controlling the drug, and it was like, you know, I knew I was addicted back like 2.5 years in, but I wasn't like owning it and admitting it, you know, and I was still wanting that feeling that these tablets were giving me, you know, it was numbing a lot. I wouldn't function on a daily basis without like the medication, and it got to the point where, you know, I think I was flagging on the doctor's system because of it, because I was going in like a lot of the time requesting more repeat prescriptions, and yeah, I was taking quite a lot. I was taking like up to 30 tablets a day, and that is like 30 milligrams of digoxin. That's a lot. And so I'm in my 3rd year of recovery. So my wake up call was, I went upstairs, I went into my bathroom, I came out, I walked into my bedroom, and I just felt like woozy. And then the next thing, I was like, as I was coming round, my mum was there, my son was there, and the paramedics were there. And basically, the intake that I was taking, the amount I was taking, my body just didn't cope with it, and it just put me in basically like a little, I suppose, OD sort of like situation. I was taken to hospital. I was monitored, and then I was discharged, and that was Saturday. And Monday morning, that was my wake up call as well, because I knew that I just couldn't do this to myself anymore. I was killing myself, basically. And I think that's what the drugs do. You know, even though we think we are controlling the drug is actually controlling your addiction, you know. And that was my wake up call. And on Monday, me and my ex-partner, we walked into a place called Path to Recovery, P2R, and I had a sit down, they ask you loads of questions to begin with, and obviously how many you take and what you take and do you drive, and they ask you all them questions, and then they send you like you go away, and then they sort of take your case back and have a meeting, and they sort of set you up with a key worker that would be suitable for you, to help you in your recovery. So I think my key worker, she's still my key worker to this day. She's lovely. She called me back in, so I went in and sat with her, and we spoke some more. And she said to me, I think this was the Thursday, and she said on the weekend, so on the Saturday night was the last time that she actually spoke with me what would be the best suitable help, like to obviously come off the tablets. I'm actually on a tablet called buprenorphine. I'm going to show you because I don't want. I won't show you my name, but for God's sake, here we go with the light. Because I don't want my name to, even though. Can you? I don't know whether you can see that. Okay, is that clear enough? Just in case, like, you know, I'm not believed or anything, because we get some small-minded people out here, and obviously they come in like 8 milligrams. I'm on 12 milligrams. I started off at 2 milligrams. She said to me, obviously on the Sunday, so on the Saturday night, that was the last time that I was allowed to take any of my prescribed medication, the diazoxide, because you have to put your body through a detox, because your body is so used to these drugs, and your brain is, so you have to be, it's not completely out of your system, because it does take a while, but you have to have that 24-hour to sort of like 30 something hours of your out of your system, to be able for the buprenorphine to take effect. They're basically a blocker, so they block me from wanting the pain relief feeling that I was getting. But yeah, so the detoxing, that was the most horriblest. Just, I still remember was walking up and down my landing. I was aching. I couldn't sleep. I wanted to sleep. I just, like, how could this pain killer, like relief drug, do this to your body? Like, how can, you know, I know that there's other stronger pain like drugs out there, and it's like, you know, I really feel for people who are on like the stronger drugs and the harder drugs, because it's a lot harder for them to come off them, you know, maybe as it is for me, I don't know, or for painkillers, I don't know, because I've only been on painkillers, and that's what I was only addicted to. You know, I said to my doctor, why couldn't I be addicted to cleaning? Why did it have to be like painkillers, you know? Why couldn't it have been cleaning? I'm joking. But yeah, so like the detoxing, I was vomiting, not straight away, but like this was like 12 hours like after, maybe 8, maybe a little bit less. Like, you know, it was just horrible. I couldn't sleep. I was agitated. I just wanted to, I wanted to cut up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't think I was going to get through the next day. But my key worker was so lovely. She said that she wanted me in first thing the next morning, Monday morning, so I could get a blue script, because that's what you have to get on when you go to somewhere like Path to Recovery. I know there's other places out there probably with different names, but mine was P2R. But yeah, my mum took me the next morning. I was throwing up. I mean, I am that scared to go back on to painkillers to this day because of the detox. It just absolutely just done me in more than anything. And I know some will say, well, some people don't get it, understand it, unless you've been through it or you've done it yourself, you know, and it is a hard thing to do. But yeah, I got my script. I went to the chemist and I had to go daily and have a tablet under my tongue, 2 milligrams. I started off on, and eventually it went up to 12, and I've been stable on 12 for my 2 and a bit years. And best thing I ever done. Okay, I still have to have that tablet to block the addiction, but I'm not taking 30 tablets a day. My health is better. You know, I do my own little health, my yoga for my back. You know, I really turned my life around, and only I done it, you know, and I done it for a better life, to be here for my children, to be here, you know, to see my kids grow up, my grandchildren grow up. But it is hard. It's really hard when you know, to those that have been through it and have come out and are in recovery, and you know, they get how hard it is, and those that are going through it still, you know, it is hard for them, and get it. But the ones that haven't been through this addiction or anything like this addiction, you know, it's easier for them to say, you know, stuff which, you know, they'll never understand because they've never been through it. So, you know, it is really hard. Has anybody been through it? I know there's just me, Steve-O and RJ, but yeah, it's a bit, companies have ruined a lot of people's lives for money. I do believe they help a lot of people, but like any drugs, if you abuse it, then it will abuse you, and doctors are no better. 100%, Steve-O, because that's what I found. Instead of you know, maybe when you go into a doctor's, they are, because you only get like your 10-minute slots, and I know they don't get a lot of time and stuff, but it's finding that good doctor or that good, you know, that good practice where they actually do sit you down and do talk to you and see if there's any other options that you can do. Or maybe, I know it's money to be scanned and stuff, but, you know, I think sometimes it is easier for them just to write out the script, the green script, and send you off your way. And, you know, I think there's like so many in the percentage that will just have that sort of course of like painkillers and then come like ease off them and then won't take them anymore. But then there is the majority more where they do get to that like addictive mind with it. You're 100% right, mate. Yeah, bless you. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to show like the buprenorphine as well, because it is, you know, so what I'm saying is right. You know, it's not like, well, you get what I'm saying, mate. But yeah, 100%. Anybody that's gone through it, I admire them as well. They're a strong person because only you can do it. And yeah, I think something in your brain just clicks at like one bit of you, you know, and that's it. You just go for that recovery. And I really wish everybody the best, you know, in their recovery, and people that are going through addiction. I really wish you all the best if you know, you choose to go into recovery. But yeah, thank you. I just wanted to share it because like, it's part of my journey. Majority of it, I think, where I was numbing was a lot of like bitterness, where yeah, it was helping with the pain to begin with, but I hadn't dealt with my ordeals before that. And now in my recovery, I have dealt with a lot of healing with what I've been through, you know, my first video. So it's opening my eye. I've opened my eyes up more, and yeah, I'm really like, you know, only I've done it, and you know, big love to everyone, and peace out. Oh, does anybody want to ask anything? Does anybody want to jump on and have a chat? Sorry, it's a bit rude of me. I'm used to me Saturday lives. Peace out. Off we go. Did anybody? Big love and respect, RJ, to you, bro. Bless you. Yeah, I know it's like opening up a little bit more, but I've got nothing to be ashamed of. Like anybody else shouldn't through addiction. You know, nobody should be ashamed of, you know, what they've like, they're anything, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's what makes us today, isn't it? And yeah, big love to you, bro. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's just the first step, isn't it? But yeah, big love to you both, my beautiful friends. Peace out.